interrupt your news station on Sports Center. This is a national emergency. Important guidelines will follow. The following message has been transmitted by request of the Murdoch Fire and Police Departments. At around 3:30 p.m. Central Standard Time, an 8-car freight train has derailed at the Douglas County interlinking. The tankers derailed and burst into flames. At this time, a mandatory evacuation has been placed for all of Douglas County. Tune to your station surrounding your area for complete details on this developing story. We interrupt your news programming on Sports Center. This is an emergency update regarding the derailment at Murdoch. Fire rescue personnel have arrived to extinguish the flames. As a serious precaution, flammable and corrosive liquids are also confirmed on the derailed manifest. Extremely critical caution is mandatory. Sulfuric acid can cause 4th-degree burns if come in contact with exposed skin. Anyone is advised to head to a shelter immediately until further notice. Stay tuned for further updates. The temperatures in the wreckage have gotten too high to extinguish. All fire rescue personnel are mandatorily evacuating the crash site. Repeating again, all fire rescue personnel are advised to evacuate the area immediately. A boiling liquid evaporating vapor explosion is imminent. Tune to 1240 FM on your radio dial for further bulletins on latter statements from NTSB officials on this developing story. Again, an explosion is imminent. Stay away from this area. Stay tuned for further updates. The news media have also evacuated the crash site for their own safety. Also, the entire city of Murdoch is undergoing lockdown for the citizens' safety. It is still unknown what will become of the Baltimore and Ohio 8-car manifest that derailed earlier. Also, all 911 offices are shut down until further notice. Repeating again, 911 is out of service for your area until further notice. If you are in need of medical attention, dial 0 for your operator. Also, do not open windows. You are exposing yourself to 4th and 5th-degree burns. Stay tuned for further updates. We interrupt your news programming on Sports Center for this emergency message. This message has been transmitted by request from the NTSB and the Baltimore and Ohio Railroad Corporation. At around 3:50 p.m. Central Standard Time, an explosion has rocked the entire area of Murdoch. The temperatures have reached a boiling point. The force of the explosion has sent one of the tankers somersaulting 3,600 plus feet into an abandoned cornfield. Reports of flames reaching 2,300 feet above sea level is confirmed as well. Again, remain in your shelters until an all clear has been given by National Guardsmen. Stay tuned for further updates. We interrupt your news programming on Sports Center. This is another emergency update that has been released by NTSB officials. The area of Murdoch is still undergoing lockdowns. Anyone in the shelters, do not open your windows. You are exposing yourself to 5th and 6th-degree burns. Also, do not open your doors, as you might accidentally expose yourself to smoke inhalation. Also, all aerial firefighting equipment is now off limits to extinguish the flames. Stay tuned for further updates. We interrupt your news programming for a critical update from the Murdoch Fire and Police Departments. Another boiling liquid evaporating vapor explosion has rocked the Murdoch area at around 9:25 p.m. Central Standard Time. A whiteout of flames have blinded cameras for the time being. Anyone within 4 miles from the crash site, you are strongly advised to back yourselves away to around a 12-mile radius. You are exposing yourself to vision blindness and 6th-degree burns. Also, the National Guard has not given an all-clear signal yet, so stay calm. Stay tuned for further updates. Telephone outage warning update. The 911 system at around 12:44 a.m. Central Daylight Time has been fully restored. However, an all clear has not yet been given to anyone in a shelter for a shelter-in-place warning. Also, an investigation is underway for what caused the derailment at Murdoch. We will continue to inform you and the general public for final bulletins. The flames and fires from the wreck are finally died down. All fire rescue personnel are now allowed to extinguish the final portions of the fire. Stay tuned for further updates on later statements on this investigation. We are very sorry to interrupt your programming on Sports Center. This is an emergency update on behalf of the Murdoch Police and Fire Departments. At around 1:30 a.m. Central Daylight Time, NTSB investigators are combing through the charred and burnt debris for any signs of wear and tear on the parts of the manifest that derailed earlier. There is a likely possibility that a broken rail and or a hotbox failure were the two culprits in this fiery disaster. Again, this is not yet confirmed, so stay calm. Stay tuned for further updates. The Illinois State Police have also arrived to finalize the investigation with NTSB officials. Ethyl alcohol and sulfuric acid that burned 18 hours ago is finally decontaminated. The nearby coal company was also evacuated earlier. Also, all hazardous material teams have finally arrived after a 20-hour delay. All mushroom clouds have been extinguished and prevented. Again, the investigation isn't finalized yet, so stay calm. Stay tuned for further updates on late statements on media outlets on this dangerously developing story. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This message has interrupted programming by request of the United States government to participate in this emergency. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air, providing news to assigned areas. You are listening to the emergency alert system. Do not use your telephones, as they are being used for emergency use only. The emergency alert system has been activated. We interrupt your news programming on Sports Center. This is a national emergency. Important guidelines will follow. This message has been transmitted by request from the Illinois State Police and the NTSB. The cause of the disaster is finally confirmed as a broken rail from shelling into a likely hotbox on one of the wheels was the culprit in this fiery disaster. Anyone evacuated to a shelter earlier, an all clear has been given. It is now safe to return to your homes. Once again, we thank you for your cooperation during this urgent emergency. We will now return your stations back to Sports Center. This concludes operations under the emergency alert system.